Good morning. It's February 24th, 2021. It's a SIG Node CI subgroup meeting. And we have very short agenda again. Let's jump right in it. First, we wanted to triage issues as usual. Let's go to, oh, I don't see my screen. Let me share. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry for my voice. I'm taking second day off, second half of a day off. Anyway, so I triaged most of it. There are a few like triaged out mostly, and some that were approved. I just moved to approval column. There are a few items here. Download cryo using updated bundle file name. So, does anybody have that context? Is it test related?
It is a work in progress, so I am not sure.
Yeah, and it's jobs, so it's not related to our group. Okay. And then I will need to go through archived items and add them to main SIG Node dashboard, like project board. So this seems to be something that you may take. Review in progress. So this one is somebody improving assertions. So if some fake runtime fails with the calls, we need to assert and fail the test. And then Prometheus dependencies for an entity node. I think it's related to us. I haven't looked at this yet.
Yeah, I think we're currently trying to move everything that's in the e2e_node folder into the e2e/node folder, right?
Yeah.
It's the split is very confusing.
It's still work in progress, so likely it's oh man, it's not easy. Okay, oh, I know how to do it. There is a drop down here. Okay, so we still have 9 PRs that needs review. Please take a look. Yeah, and neither of them.
If we only have 9, do we want to assign someone to everything that doesn't have an assignee?
It's a good idea. Oh, this is a work in progress. This fake runtime I started to be working well. Does anybody wants to take a ownership for reviewing?
I can do it.
You need to remind me your C something.
Yeah, CY.
Oh,
P. Yeah.
V. Okay. Okay. Add integration test for disabled ephemeral containers. This should be pretty straightforward. Anybody want to take it? Basically, this checks that if ephemeral containers feature is disabled, then API doesn't return anything.
I can review that.
Okay.
Kinaben.
Hmm?
Kinaben. KNA.
Yep. Okay. Feed container conforms periodic job. This was approved, was it? surprised it's still. Yeah, it was. Oh, it's approved and not OGTM. Maybe somebody I can take it. I remember I reviewed it already. Unless somebody else wants to also take a look. Nobody else. Okay. Starting to node test with hot swap off. Okay, so this is so if host swap is enabled and some test fails. Ilana, do you want to take a look? It's swap related.
It's swap related, therefore it's my problem. Sure, I'll take a look.
Are you sure? I mean, I don't.
I think I've actually, I don't know. I feel like I've looked at this
Yeah,
one, or
I
at least
already
I've seen
see it,
this one.
Karan.
Yeah, maybe we should assign it to him.
Yeah, I have a feeling he won't be able to take it anytime soon.
I see.
So.
Yeah, you can either CC or assign both of us, and I will see if I can get to it. I also have 20 million other things. So.
I bet. Okay. Contention job. Oh, it's. I mean, it's yours. I remember. This is a task. This is not a PR, right? Somehow I messed up. Yeah, it's work in progress. I will take a look at SIG Node Tech for end-to-end tests.
I think I looked at this one. Oh,
Yeah,
look, I am
plenty
on
of
there.
people.
Yeah, I don't know. This one probably still needs a rebase. This has been part of the adding the tag and the moving things around and adding the is it SIG Node describe? Is it SIG describe?
Yeah, I think Wojtek already addressed it.
Yeah, he added like a SIG Node describe in one PR, and then Aaron came back and said, no, let's please not do that. Let's use SIG describe everywhere. So
yeah, allow shortened grace period for pods and kubelet. Fixes so many bugs.
yeah, also this one has like issues.
Did you review it already?
I've looked at this one. It in theory fixes so many bugs, but the way that it fixes them is maybe up for debate. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Does anybody wants to take a look?
You can assign me if you want.
Okay, it's already there here, but yeah.
Yeah, I would not be approving, for I don't have approver.
It's always good to have second pair of eyes.
Yeah, this is maybe one of those ones that like probably should be not on the CI board, but we can go over that later.
Fix memory manager tests. This Artyom, it's you. Wait, is it second one? I think you already merged one of them, right?
Not really.
Okay.
Like
My memory
because of
is blanking. Does anybody want to take a look? This is a pretty straightforward fix. I think just one file.
I can take a look.
Thank you. So your alias is Adit something?
SW,
Oh.
SEH. Yeah. Yeah. Second one.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And we out of items to review. So yeah, let's see how big of progress we make by next meeting. It's a good idea, Ilana, to assign people. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we do in SIG instrumentation, which I just got out of this morning, but I have not yet done that for the bigger node board, so maybe now's a great time to start. Oh, I had a action from last week, or I guess it was just last week. Morgan as approver, I pinged him again because he
Okay.
needs to submit a PR for that.
Does he know which folders to be approver for?
Yeah, I think it's the like test node or test e2e/node and test e2e underscore node, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's discuss this containerd plan. I mean, do you want to talk about it? You brought it up.
Yeah, sure. So for the sequence, I think this is the worst one, the worst tab that has failures. So it makes sense to start tackling them. Looks like a disk start to bring some plan and already did some triage on this. Maybe you can bring these as tasks and start to tackle as part of the subgroup. You just need to make sure that they make sense somehow.
Okay. So I remember we discussed it, and we said that we will come up with. We want to do split tests that actually test in containerd. So we have tests that build containerd and tests that run test on containerd. So there's two different categories. We didn't want to mix them up. And I remember we've been discussing that somebody need to write a specific proposal, which versions of containerd we test against which version of Kubernetes. Do you know if this happened? I remember Aditi was coming to this meeting and then she stopped. Maybe this time it doesn't work for her.
Yeah, the time is not great for her. It's very late because she's in India.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to take an action item and describe which versions we want to test and based on Aditi comments, or we just want to ping Aditi and ask her to do that?
Assign to
Yeah,
me.
maybe
I
ping her and
talk
ask
with
her to do
her.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And then assign to me, and then I ask to talk to her to see if we can come up with some document.
Okay.
So basically, we need to match which containerd we want to test because we have like 1.2 and 1.3.
Okay. So we also need to understand where to put this test. So we need to have containerd tab that is purely testing containerd, but then on release blocking, we probably need to test it. We need to test regular tests, like all the tests on containerd, on some of the version of containerd.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Thank you for taking action item on that. Okay, somebody put this question.
Yeah, I put it here. I just, yeah, quick kind of question feedback would be nice from you all. So I'm working on graceful shutdown feature, and we're adding ET test for it. So the feature's in alpha right now, and it's also a serial test. So right now, just for background, we put the serial tag and the alpha tag, but there's no test grid job basically that runs those combination of tests. So the proposal here is just to create a new job, basically, new job and new tab on test grid that'll just run this test. So I just wanted to kind of check that that's kind of cool, and that's the normal kind of flow. Because for example, we have a lot of the other serial tests right now. I linked on the doc, the node kubelet serial test. There's quite a few tests there, but the whole tab is kind of pretty red. I looked at it briefly. It seems like some type of infra issues where one of the tests runs and like kills all the other ones. So I guess two questions. One question is, do you think it's a reasonable approach for like sub features to have sub jobs and sub tests? And then the second bigger question, I guess, is around the kubelet serial tab. If there's some plans, I don't know, maybe refactor it and put some, split up that tab a little bit more into maybe sub features or something, so it's more easy to tell like what the problem is. Yeah.
I can answer regarding the serial test. Like we have some fixes that is waiting for approval, and after it will be merged. Like maybe it will be some additional problems, but we can continue to investigate it. It's regarding the second questions.
Got it. Cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. And then, yeah, any thoughts around having a separate job for? Because I see there are some separate jobs, for example, for CPU manager, huge pages, other stuff.
Like in general, if I understand correctly, like I also created the one like huge pages or stuff like this. The main reason was because I wanted to use bigger instances of GCE. So I needed to provide the configuration, like different configurations than like all other serial tests are using. Like again, from my perspective, I don't see a problem to create like additional tab, but
okay,
let's see what Sergey and Lana will say.
Yeah, we're trying to run tests together, so we don't spend too much resources on just standing up environment and tearing it down. But in this case, yeah, I think graceful termination is very disruptive test. I think it may influence other tests by like kubelet go into this termination state and then goes back. So I feel that it's a right fit for termination test to be in separate tab.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I just kind of want to get feedback on it. Cool. All right.
Did you try to run it alongside other tests, by the way?
I didn't try. Yeah, I only tried to kind of locally just for that test, like ETE. I didn't try running it with other tests, but that's kind of why I asked, because it seems like the node kubelet serial tests right now are failing due to one of the tests kind of killing all the rest. So that's what it looked like. I wasn't able to narrow that which one, but looks like there's some work already ongoing there. So
I think maybe as a good practice, we can write a description of this test and like in this PR, provide a little more information why it's separate tab.
Okay, sounds good. And do you think maybe we should? Yeah, do you think maybe we should extend that? I mean, just thinking like longer term, like for example, the serial tab right now has like it's like random serial test basically. I don't see like one category of tests. Like for example, there's resource management tests, like Docker shim tests, all types of different tests. I don't know, maybe it makes sense to split those out longer term too. I think that's kind of a separate discussion, but I don't know.
Yeah. That makes sense. Maybe we need to
yeah, at least we should move like CPU manager and topology manager from it, because from some reason it like has the separate lanes, but it's still run as part of the serial lane. So
yeah, I think there's too many tests that are serial in that serial tab. So yeah, I think maybe kind of segregating it would be a little helpful. Cool. All right, thanks so much for all your feedback. Sounds good.
do you want to go next? I think you put this.
Oh yeah, I snuck that in there. I just wanted to make sure for the folks who are in this meeting, because I didn't actually bring this up in SIG Node yesterday. I sent an email to SIG Architecture and CC'd SIG Node. We discussed, not this week, but the week prior, about the Node N-2 version SKU tests, and basically they don't exist. So I'm bringing it to SIG Arch, asking like, we say this is supported, but we don't actually verify this anywhere. So do we want to keep saying it's supported, or do we want to actually have tests for this? So that discussion is happening at SIG Arch tomorrow. So I just wanted to make sure. I'm sure folks on this call might care about that. So I wanted to mention it.
But the decision was to make it a problem of SIG architecture, not SIG.
Yeah, the decision from Node was to make it a problem of SIG architecture. And so now it is becoming, because I think initially those tests were supposed to be owned not by SIG Node, but by SIG cluster lifecycle. So yeah, we can't go and just tell them, hey, SIG cluster lifecycle, this is your problem. So yeah, go into SIG architecture tomorrow. Is that the attendees?
Yeah, I figured it's easier to screenshot and type.
That's clever. Okay, do we have anything else for CI stuff, or do we want to jump into the wider project board? Sounds like wider project board.
Yeah.
I can share my screen.
Maybe you, presenter, do you want to show your screen?
Yes.
Maybe you go
It's
host.
telling me it's going to kick off your screen.
Yeah. Anybody who are not interested in triaging product issues can, like, I mean, no hard feelings. You just go. Otherwise, just bear with us with the product triage.
And this is actually the test board because I pinned in Slack the links to both of the boards as well as the triage guide. So that way we can refer to those and they're like in the channel in an easily findable way. So yeah, I haven't actually, I wasn't able to make this meeting last week because I had a conflicting meeting, but this week I am here. So let's see what the state of things are. I think probably for, and everyone can see my screen, right?
Yes. I think we made well without you. So, I mean,
Good.
you make
That's
everything
great.
so much faster, but yeah, you have a lot of experience here.
So yeah, one of the things I think we want to cover today is feature PRs missing from board that happen to have SIG testing label. I think maybe what we should do for this board. So right now I am excluding everything with the label SIG testing, but maybe we should change it so we're only excluding things that have label like test flake and failing tests. And then we'll miss less stuff that we actually need here. So
yeah,
let's
because
see.
SIG testing only applied even if you add in test for your feature. So you
Yeah. Well, I think it doesn't apply for all. Like, what does that pull in here? Yeah, like this surely should be on this board. But like this one, maybe not. So maybe also let's exclude area test. No, that gets basically all the same things. I guess we can just manually archive them when they don't apply. Because yeah, otherwise we'll like miss things like that, which probably should be going on this board. Oh, there's so many more. There's so many more. Well, we can go through this today and archive all the ones that don't make sense, I guess. So let's do it. So that seems like a reasonable thing to include on this board. So does this, oh, that's me. Hello, me. That's work in progress. So this I don't think makes sense to put on this board. So I guess I can just put this on here and archive it. Oops, what is my mouse doing? Same with this one. It's got a hold on it. I'm not sure that one's us, but oh dear. No, it needs a rebase. I suspect that this is like everyone, so I will archive that. And please speak up if you think that I am wrong in pulling something off of this board or archiving something that I think shouldn't be here. It's rebase. It's definitely not us. I'm not sure who that one belongs to. That's a lot of files. Probably reasonable to leave that on there for now. Oh, it needs a rebase though, so. I don't think that's us. This meeting is much more quiet than the SIG instrumentation triage ones. People should talk at me.
Too many PRs. And
I know, there's so many PRs. This seems like a reasonable thing to put on this board, and that looks like everything is ready for it. Work in progress, not ready for review.
By the way, have you looked at triage party tool?
I've seen it. I don't really know what it would accomplish for us.
Yeah, my brief understanding that you can define queries, and like these columns basically may be queries. So you will get everything that already have LGTM will go into neat approver. You can craft a query like that.
Yeah, but then I guess it doesn't, like the board is helpful for sort of showing people what the state of our triage is. Sorry, we've brought this upon ourselves because I guess we're almost through this list. Now that we're pulling in all of these PRs that previously we weren't looking at. Goodness, this one has like 1 million people commenting on it. Well, I guess we'll put this into needs reviewer and see what happens with it. This needs rebase. Ooh, this one looks exciting. API session tracing. Oh, very exciting. I think that one doesn't need a rebase. I don't know why my mouse keeps getting stuck. This one looks like end-to-end test specific, so I will archive that. I guess we're also picking up like a lot of things that were rotten too, so. One's missing priority, so I guess we can put a triage on there. It's just a version update, so I will archive it. Yay, last one. Okay, so we've got a new exciting query, and I guess a bunch of stuff to triage and a bunch of stuff in needs reviewer. Maybe let's go through the, So I know for needs approver, essentially anybody on the approver list can pick them up. So I don't necessarily want to assign those, but maybe we can go through and see if there's no assignee for the needs reviewer ones. Let me just double check what that GitHub query is. I know we have a link for it in SIG instrumentation. No assignee. Okay, so you've got like 12 of these. So I've got a bunch of folks on the call. Who wants to get assigned to review some stuff? We have various flavors of stuff. We have some storage flavored stuff. We have some Windows flavored stuff. We have some network flavored stuff, and we have some just Node stuff.
Like I can be reviewed to like something related to managers, like container manager, CPU manager, or topology manager, if needed. Like I'm less familiar with the storage part of the kubelet or something like this.
How about this one? I will assign you this one.
Yeah, I already gave.
Oh, you already reviewed this one? Ah, I see. Yes. Oh, are you not an org member yet? Oh, you probably are now. So now you should be able to LGTM this. Did it work? I guess we'll find out when my query gets updated. Looks like it worked. Yay. Okay, who wants to review move CSI drivers cache sync to go routine? This one is a medium-sized PR. It's got some storage stuff. It's not too huge. Does not look like it has any test changes, which always frightens me. Oh, don't all volunteer at once.
Yeah, it might be a wrong set of people to ask.
Yeah.
And they recruit more people to join second half of this meeting.
Yeah. Who do we still have on the call?
Have you considered maybe for something like this, like for SIG storage? I feel like they might have some more context, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is really a SIG storage thing, but it's going to require, I guess, approvers from both SIGs. So
I see. Okay.
I think this is why this has been kind of sitting. Like somebody from SIG Node has triaged this, but we still need to get somebody from SIG storage to look at it. So I'll maybe skip the SIG storage ones. This one was kind of complicated. Sergey, do you want to look at this one? I think this is a change to this sync loop, which I guess also has storage changes since it does things for volume manager. Is SIG storage on here? Not really.
Yeah, it's purely SIG Node, I think. Yeah, I can take a look.
Okay. Great. I think this one is basically good to go. You were just waiting for something to merge in front of it. So that one still hasn't been merged. I'm just going to put an LGTM on this one and see what happens. Because I've already reviewed this one. It's just been kind of sitting. Oh, it's already got a merge conflict already. So there we go. I will now be assigned it, but it needs to be updated. There we go. There's another one gone. Is anybody here excited about Windows ones? I did ping SIG Windows about these, and the Windows ones are supposedly on their board. So, oh, Sergey, this is probably one that you'd be interested in. This is the revert of the revert.
Yeah, I definitely interested. Well, You didn't ping. Okay.
I'll put this one on your plate. Structured logging, that sounds like it's my problem. Panda Amanda, what a great username. This needs priority, but it was triage accepted. It's probably backlog. This looks like a pretty small change for like a first review. It's just some updates for CLI flags. Does anybody want to take this one?
Yeah, I can review it.
Okay. Oops.
That one you can assign to me.
You want this one? Okay.
Yeah.
There is like 5 or 6 graceful termination cherry picks.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're all necessary, but I'll comment on.
Oh yeah, I totally pinged you on this one already. I just
Oh,
didn't
okay.
assign you. So yeah, you're now assigned.
Cool.
Cool. So I guess what else do we have in here? We've got a SIG storage one that's really just SIG storage, the SIG Windows one, and the SIG network one. So okay, there's one left, which is this one. There is a race condition. Oh no. There's no bug attached to this one. Oh, and it's quite old, so I think that's why it doesn't have a priority on it. I'm gonna mark this one as backlog. And is anybody excited about reviewing this?
Not really, but I can take a look.
Great.
Yeah, that's me. Thanks.
Great. Oh, you're not an org member.
No, I'm not.
Sounds like it's time for you to become an org member.
Yeah. Looking forward to.
I just said this on my meeting earlier, but I'm happy to say it again. If you are not currently an org member, but you're regularly attending these meetings, I will absolutely sponsor you to become an org member. The bar for becoming an org member is not going to use CI for crypto mining and has done useful things for Kubernetes. You've certainly met both of those bars, so I would be happy to sponsor. You will need a non-Red Hat sponsor since I work at Red Hat.
Yeah,
Sergey,
and if there is no activity for, yeah, I can support you, Francesca. And if there is no activity from you for like, I think 1 year, you will be automatically removed. So you need to do at least some activity.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's very cool. Let's just follow up on Slack.
Fabulous. I love adding new people. It always makes me so happy. We have, I guess, 16 minutes and there's like 7 things here to triage. So let's just get through these 2, I guess. While we're all here, for what it's worth, instrumentation does not record these sessions because there's not really anything exciting, I think, to go back to look at on the recordings. But I know the first half of this meeting is recorded. So perhaps in the future, we can not record this half because there's not really much point.
Yeah, you can stop recording at any moment.
Oh, that works too. Yeah, we can stop recording now. Yeah, it's not very exciting to go and like watch staring at 20 billion PRs.
Yeah, maybe somebody can do a reaction video on. Yes.
This is from December 10th, 2019. I'm like, where's the triage label? It doesn't have one because it's very old. So this one's on the test board as well. Sergey, do you have an opinion about what we should do with this one? The bug rotted out.
Yeah, I don't think it's on CI board.
It says it is. And this is definitely like touching the kubelet.
Oh, I remember.
Oh, because it
uh,
touches some end-to-end tests too.
multiple attempts to kind of like align HTTP libraries and support HTTP2. This is not HTTP2 related, right?
No, it's
Which
not
is, use of
HTTP2.
different
It's
library.
yeah, something else. I will put this as, I guess, priority important long term. I will triage accept this, and yeah, I don't know. This has been kind of
It may be waiting on author because there are so many unresolved comments.
yeah. But it looks like Liggett most recently reviewed this on January 20th. So yeah, it's still outstanding,
Okay.
so we can put it in that. But I'll at least put the rest of the labels on here. Triage accepted, priority important long term. And that way at least we can get it out of the triage bucket. And then I guess we can, do you want me to remove this from the test board? I don't know if I can do that here. Oh yeah, I think it says it's archived. So.
Yeah,
But yeah, that probably will require a node reviewer. So, and yeah, also archived on that one here. So the icon is confusing. It's got the little box, but they both look the same to me. So kubelet and kube proxy, ignore sysctl errors. I don't like ignoring sysctl errors. Maybe that's why this got a hold on it. If this has a hold on it, oh yeah, and the cap hasn't gone anywhere. Oh yes, I think this is related to that rootless cap. I'm gonna put this in waiting on author.